Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at Galarian Rapidash with its new move High Horsepower. With the start of Season 13, Niantic added High Horsepower to Galarian Rapidash's moveset, which makes it even more dominant. Previously it was stuck with moves that would struggle against Steel types and Poison types. Now since it has a Ground type move which can both hit Steel and Poison type mons. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at Rapidash with High Horsepower in action. Alright, hopping into the first match, we have Rapidash versus Whiscash pretty decently right here. Obviously Whiscash does outbulk us because Rapidash is not the tankiest and it's very glassy. If we throw a body slam on the CMP tire right there, this would do a lot of damage. Basically, we can let anyone move through because I know that Rapidash can easily survive a move. Whiscash goes for a mud bomb. That's perfectly fine. And can we reach another body slam? Yes, we can. We throw it on CMP once again, and this will basically put it low, or we grab a shield. It does grab a shield. That's perfectly fine. Or what we can do is just shield this and probably just keep spamming those body slams as it comes. In comes Noctowl. That's perfectly fine. We can go for probably 2 more body slams depending on how much his wing attacks do. Wing attack, we're able to get to another body slam. That's perfectly fine. We can just easily bring in our Raticate. Raticate takes better moves than our Greninja. Speaking of which, we are being Greninja. I think Greninja has solid play in the Great Lake Remix meta by far, so that's awesome. Raticate able to tank that Sky Attack no problem. Noctowl throwing another Sky Attack, which is perfectly fine, and we can basically overwhelm a bit more and then throw the Crunch. This will basically take it out or force the second shield. What they will do, this will take out the Noctowl, and can we reach Crunch in time? Yes, we can. Or can we get the final shield? Or this will also take out the Whiscash like it did on the Noctowl. Can we also farm it down? No, we cannot. That's perfectly fine, and Whiscash with the Mud Bomb takes us out, and Greninja is basically our win con. In comes Galvantula, and suddenly I have a win con. If I can bait the Night Slash and throw the Surf, because after the bubble, Surf will be, after the bubble, it will basically be put into Surf range, where it will basically kill, because Galvantula is not known for his tankiness. We force it on CMP type. Greninja goes for a Surf, what is to kill? This will basically kill. And that is a good game. So Greninja with his high attack stat, able to pull off endgame right there. So GG's to my opponent right there. Alright, hopping into the second match, we have Rapidash with Pelipper. This is a pretty decent match right here, as wing attacks is basically doing a lot, while we're doing no fast wind pressure with Fairy Wind. Fairy Wind, not doing the Fairy Wind generating energy much quicker than wing attack, but we do decide to let that go. That's perfectly fine, and we can basically get to another Weather Ball, but they catch onto the Credilli. That's not good, as his body slam will be basically resisted. This body slam will basically put it there, and can we get to another can we get to a high horsepower? I threw the body slam because I panicked. I won't get to a high horsepower. That's perfectly fine. We can just easily bring in our Raticate, as because Greninja will basically get one shot by the Grass Knot, and Bullet Seeds will add up as well. Greninja also is not known for his tankiest, so basically the only tanky mon on the team is basically Raticate. Raticate going for a Crunch. Will this get the shield? Yes, it does. And can we get to another Crunch? We do decide to shield this up, which is perfectly fine. We can easily go for another Crunch right there. Can we get to a Crunch? Yes, we can. We throw on good timing, and this will basically get a shield, or this will basically take it out, which will happen. Second shield is now being taken down, which it is. Raticate able to put in a lot of work right there. Grass Knot easily been taken out, and can we get to a Night Slash before in time? But they get to a move which has to make us spend our final shield. They go for a Stone Edge, which is really interesting because Grass Knot would have done more right there, and that's perfectly fine if you're doing bad timing, because the Bullet Seed will register when this basically kills, which it does, and we get a boost. And this is basically another addition to a win con, getting the boost as much as we can. And can we get another boost out of this Night Slash after the Pelipper kills? No, we cannot. And to go for Greninja back. This is a huge win con. I basically have to put it in Night Slash range. Can Greninja survive a Dark Pulse? This is not enough for a Shadow Ball. We're able to take it up to HP. Can Greninja survive? Greninja can survive, and will this basically kill? Greninja is very, very glassy. Yes, it does! Greninja able to sweep endgame once again, and that is a good game. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Rapidash versus Steelix. This is also a great matchup where high horsepower was really great to its moveset, as it now can basically hit Steelix for super effective. Going for the high horsepower, will just get the shield. It does get the shield, so they were basically expecting that high horsepower. Going for another high horsepower right there. I'm thinking they might throw a potential earthquake, which is why a shield. Steelix go for Psychic Fang's bait, but they unfortunately baited right there. That's perfectly fine. As Fairy Wind generates energy, we're able to get the high horsepower quickly. It lands for a lot of super effective damage, and we basically bring in our Eradicate. To bring in a Frost Blast, that's perfectly fine. We do have a lead on energy, and we basically get to another crunch in time. We do decide to get the final shot and a defense debuff, and the defense dropped on their part. That's really, really good. Frost Blast good for an Avalanche. Eradicate is basically very, very tanky. We can easily survive one move. And going for another crunch, will this be enough to kill? Nope, it will not kill, but they reach to another move. That's perfectly fine. Greninja can easily come in and farm down. Frost Blast during the Avalanche, which basically kills our Rat. That's perfectly fine. Greninja comes in and gets an energy lead. And they bring in their own Galarian Rapidash. That's perfectly fine. We basically have to shield us as G Rapidash has a really high attack set, and Body Slam will basically do a lot of damage. Steelix comes back in the steel and snipes with the Earthquake, but our win con is to fully farm down and to get to a high horsepower, which will basically take out the Galarian Rapidash. Can we get to the highest horsepower? Yes, we can. This will easily be enough to take out the opposing Galarian Rapidash, and that is a good game. So I'm liking Galarian Rapidash a lot. It's very, very fun to use. Alright, hopping into the next match. Picking up a horrible lead. Rapidash into Alolan Muk. We safe swap into our Eradicate, and they bring in a Shadow Hitmonchan. Shadow Hitmonchan hits like a truck. I basically have to shield it, and hopefully I can land a return. Landing a return would be so big. Right there. Can we land one right now? Eradicate, it gets shielded, and that is perfectly fine, as we're able to win CMP, and this Body Slam will be easily enough to kill right there. It does kill right there, and that's perfectly fine. Can we reach a high horsepower against the Alolan Muk? We do have to survive. We do have to shield this, because if I don't shield that, then we will basically go down with the move, which I don't want, because Greninja may have a decent matchup against Alolan Muk. I kind of want to feature a high horsepower and its potential right here. Galarian Rapidash throws in a high horsepower. It does get shielded, and as I'm recording this video, Niantic decided to do something that was game breaking, which basically meant Pogo was down, and we basically have to watch this lag right here. We have to keep throwing our fast moves right there. A bit of lag right there. That's perfectly fine. I'm hoping I can just get off my surfs. And what's going on right now? Let's see. We do get off our surf right here, but it was just unexpected timing right there as the game goes down. But that's okay. We basically can throw 2 surfs, and that's perfectly GG's right there. We throw another surf right there, and this will basically take out the Drapion. That's perfectly fine. And it does kill, and let's see what's in back. The third and final Pokemon is, I do decide to go off Wi-Fi and go on data right now because I thought it will help a bit. And it's a Alolan Muk in the back. And can we basically get to another move? As we decided to struggle through our bubbles and our fast moves. So Niantic, I don't know what you're doing, but please update your game. Please fix your game, Niantic. Yeah, so basically, when I was recording these battles, Niantic decided to shut down and break the game for like 15-20 minutes until they decided to bring it up. But we actually get to a surf on Greninja. That's perfectly fine, and a weak connection right there. And this will basically register because the opponent is also lagging as well. So that's perfectly fine. And we're able to bubble down the Alolan Muk and win a laggy game right there. So GG's to my opponent right there. Alright, hopping into the final match of the video. We have Rapidash versus Galarian, Frostlass right there. We have 2 responses in the back, that's perfectly fine, and we can just easily bring in our Eradicate. Frostlass outpacing us to the Avalanche when I get to my crunch right there. I basically decide to shield first, and that's perfectly fine, and I'm thinking that I can probably get to back-to-back crunches before they get to the next avalanche right there. They do decide to shield up, and the defense has the debuff. That's perfectly fine. We can just easily let this go, as I know Raticate can survive one avalanche. That's perfectly fine. And they bring in their Drapion, but I actually made a mistake and threw on CMP. I thought Raticate would win CMP because Drapion does not have a lot of attack stat, but that's perfectly fine. And can we get to a high horsepower in time? We're able to force CMP tie high on the high horsepower. Will this land? Yes, it does. Drapion goes away, and this is massive for us. As there's a Frostess in back, but they're not swapping out. So my guess that they're weak to Greninja in the back. That's perfectly fine. I can just let this go. As basically Shadow Ball would do more than the Avalanche, and that is an Avalanche right there. We throw an Ice Slash, basically hoping for a final shield right there, or take it out, which we do get the final shield, and I'm getting to another Night Slash. We outpace significantly on the Night Slash to the Avalanche, and that's perfectly fine. And they bring in their Unova Stunfisk, and my guess is that Rapidash will probably sweep. Wrong. We actually lose this matchup because we go for a high horsepower, and I let a whole Thundershock through, which basically makes them win the game. Basically, we throw them right there, and can we farm down in time? We do need 2 more Fairy Winds in order to kill, or 1 more. And can we reach it? No, we can't. Rapidash will easily be taken out by a discharge, and that is basically a good game. So all in all, Galarian Rapidash in the Remix Cup. I would say Niantic did a great job adding high horsepower to its moveset, basically making it a threat to steel types and poison types, as were previously it couldn't before. So I would say it's a solid winner in the Season 3 Go Battle League move update, and I hope to see a lot more in the future. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And until next time, I'll see you guys all in the next one.